Welcome back. I'm here with Stephen Fischer, the president of the Stratford Tennis Club, and joining me via Zoom. Stephen, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure.
So the Stratford Tennis Club has been around how long?
This will be our fifth, I believe, our 54th season. So it was a centennial project of the Kiwanis Club.
And you have an arrangement somehow with the city of Stratford. How does that work?
Yes. Of course, we are located in Upper Queens Park. It's one of the most beautiful settings you can imagine for an outdoor tennis club. And we have a lease with them. Typically, it runs 10 years or 20 years. We pay them, I believe, $10 a year just to make it legal. And they let us play tennis in the park. It's great.
So you talk about summer. What are some exciting things you got going on with Tennis Canada?
Well, that's right. We are a seasonal summer club. But starting this fall, at the end of September, if your viewers are walking or driving through Upper Queens Park, they're going to see a bubble going up for the first time so that we can have winter tennis and, in fact, year-round tennis in Stratford.
So what's the arrangement you have with Tennis Canada? Because they're still completely two different entities, but you're using one space.
Yeah, that's right. Now, Tennis Canada is sort of an umbrella group that's responsible for promoting tennis in Canada. They're not directly involved with this. We've reached an agreement with a company in the Toronto area called Tennis Clubs of Canada, TCC. And this is what they do. They approach summer seasonal clubs like ours, and they say, hey, you're not using the space right now in the wintertime. We will rent that space from you. We'll put up a bubble. We'll run it ourselves. And then your members and anyone else really has the opportunity to play in the winter as well. And then come spring, we'll take the bubble down, make it go away, and you have your summer club back.
Now, Stratford has some pretty special courts a lot don't have. Tell us about the clay courts and maybe some changes to the courts, especially coming up with a bubble.
Yes, we have 4 clay courts and 2 hard courts. And part of the agreement with Tennis Clubs of Canada is they're going to convert one of our hard courts into a clay court. So we'll have 5 clay, 1 hard. For people of my age and up, we appreciate playing on clay. It's a lot easier on the body. Our club is different from a lot of seasonal clubs, whereas we have a large seniors population playing. You don't generally get that on hard courts because a hard court is basically cement with rubber on top of it. And, you know, your hips, your back, your knees, once you hit a certain age, it pounds on you. Whereas the clay court is very forgiving.
So the company that's going to take it over, how many courts would they have in Ontario that are clay? They would have 5 clay courts.
Yeah, none. They have 5 courts currently in their I guess you call it their portfolio. We will be their first clay court club, and they appreciate how that's pretty special.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the other win for Stratford is in the summertime, they'll have 5 clay courts and 1 hard, correct?
Yes. Yeah. You know, when you're booking courts, our club is busy. We've got 450 members. And, you know, when people call down, they'll ask for a clay court. Some of the young kids will say, yeah, I'll take a hard court, but usually is there a clay court available? And if not, then they'll take a hard court. And frankly, some of our members will just not play because it's just, if they're a little bit older or if they, you know, have any injuries, it's too much.
Well, Stephen, I think once you've driven a Mercedes, it's hard to drive a Ford Pinto. In summer, what are some exciting things you got planning for this summertime at the tennis club?
Yeah, well, we're sure hoping COVID is finally going to be over. We had a more normal season last year than we did in 2020. So we're hoping to run all of our programs. We offer free group lessons with our tennis pro, late afternoons and evenings through the week. We have, you join the club, everything's free. So your group lessons are free. We have fun tournaments for adults and for kids. One of our more popular tournaments in September is just what we call our Masters event, because, you know, the young guys, they clean up at the tournaments, right? The teenagers, the 20s and the 30s, they win it all. In September, we have a special tournament. You have to be over 35. So it
I
gives
think
the
I
rest of us a
qualify.
chance for a little bit of glory.
Sorry to cut you off there. I qualify too. Stephen, thanks very much for joining me. An amazing and very exciting future for the Stratford Tennis Club. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're very excited. And thank you very much for the invitation.
Coming up next is Peter Fischer, and we're going to talk about Stratford and the aerospace industry.